Peace, family, peace. Just wanted to come to you this rising fam. I'm actually out doing a little laundry and wanted to talk to you about regrouping isn't failure. What is regrouping? Sometimes when you regroup, fam, you have to go back to where it started, where you started it. Sometimes regrouping is, getting from around certain people, getting to yourself, really looking at the problem and assessing everything in your life, where you at, where you going, where you need to go, facing if you want to keep going, if you're giving up, you have all of those thoughts when you're regrouping. But regrouping, family, is necessary because sometimes, fam, I had a friend of mine from Georgia say, when you are in the midst of the storm, a lot of times you can't see what's going on around you. Like, you don't see how protected you may be. All you may see is all the debris and all these things flying around you, and you're not fully understanding the position you're in because you're just dealing with responses. You're just reacting. You're in survival mode. You know what I mean? And sometimes, fam, what I've learned that us being in that survival mode, a lot of times we'll miss certain blessings. We'll miss certain pieces of the storm. When they say you can be at peace in the midst of the storm, if you are focused on what's just going on around you and not how you got there or how you already been delivered from one situation, that storm can overwhelm you, fam, especially when it seems like you're going from let's just say it's a thunderstorm, rainstorm. Then you go from that, it's a tornado. Now it's a tsunami. Now you go from that, now it's a forest fire. Like, it's all type of things going on in your life. And it takes where you have to get alone and literally regroup. Like, put everything on the plate, so to speak, like the old folks say. Just put everything on the plate, put everything on the scale, and see what weighs up and see what doesn't. And a lot of times the things that we tend to stress over the most are the first things we realize we can let go, because if you fully don't have any control over it, it doesn't deserve any of your stress. You can be concerned, but you can't stress over something that you don't have any power over. Now, what you have control over, you should be able to do what you have to do. Sometimes, we be in the way. And, I told someone else, I don't mind checking myself, because you got to check yourself. Sometimes you be in the way and you have to say, hey, man, I got to stop doing this or that. I got to do, everybody ain't lying. Sometimes when you hear everybody say this or that, it might be true, fam. Go work on it or whatever it might be. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, you can be naive. You can be naive about certain things about yourself. And you don't want to be blinded, fam. Salute, salute. Thanks for checking in. Thanks for checking in. Yeah, breakfast coffee, fam. Thanks for checking in. Grand Rising. Salute, salute. Thanks for checking in, fam. Salute, salute. Thanks for checking in, sharing your story, fam. Jacksonville checking in. I'm glad you out there getting some money, fam. It's a lot of money out there, fam. Yeah, what you said, fam. I was just thinking that, we all go through our things as welders, as workers, as man, especially finding yourself. A lot of conversations we don't have because they was never, presented over the dinner table. They was never talked about. And as man, fam, we have to realize that therapy is very important. I come up with that little saying, gas station therapy. And every time you see me do those, I'm always alone. I'm always to myself doing something, thinking, getting a moment to just reflect. And I think that that's valuable, fam, that we can do that we can sit back and realize just because you got to regroup, it doesn't mean you fail, fam. You know, I had to come back to my hometown. And coming back to my hometown for a minute, I've been able to just sit back and look at the work that I put in my mom's house. Few things that still need to be done, but nothing major. You know, it's a blessing though to be at a point where I can go back to what I'd already built, and it's established enough where I can still keep going. And I know, amazing how it was. My mom knew that, you know, even though she's been gone now 12 years, she's still been taking care of me. She's still been looking out for me. And, you know, I had to save the house and get it up, but it's still been a blessing to me. It's a blessing to me right now, fam. You know what I mean? And so I do want to say this. When you got a piece of land like that that's passed down to you, figure out a way to keep it, put it in a trust, get it together however you need to do it, you know, learn about financial literacy so that way you can pass it down. If you ain't got number one piece of land, man, keep that, man, and pass it down. Because, you know, you never know when you might need it or someone in your family might need it, and it'd be a true blessing to them. So, you know, being able to come back to my hometown and then being able to offer welding classes, being able to teach some of those. And you know what's so ironic? A lot of the people that's been contacting me so far about wanting to take advantage of my classes are not from McGee, Arkansas. Like, they seen the ad online, YouTube, TikTok, or whatever, and they like, hey, I come down there. I drive my son down there. You know what I'm saying? And you got people that's from down there. And sometimes, you know how they say, you know, the old saying is, you're not a prophet is not welcome in his own home. So sometimes you can be from a place, and that place that you from don't support you like other people that's not from there. And you know, as you grow and you get older, you just realize is what it is. And I was talking to a friend of mine who just got out of federal prison the other day. We was talking, holding a conversation, man, and he was just telling me on his goals and what he want to do. And I was telling him that one of the best blessings I had was to be able to leave here, to leave Arkansas, and to travel, to go to all of these different states and realize that people ain't the same everywhere. Everybody that look like you don't think like you. Everybody that look like people that you thought was your enemy are not your enemy. They don't think like them at all. You know, you get to realizing that once you travel, fam, and you realize that you can pick wherever you want to go, fam. As you travel, you realize that each state is its own individual country. So you can find your tranquility. You can find the best place. You know, like, hey man, I like it here. This is nice. You know what I mean? You can find your place, but you know, it's all about having a balance. Sometimes you can be in a smaller place and the economics just ain't there. So you have to figure out a way to eat remotely, or a way to have some things established so that way when you go there, you're not struggling because you see what's going on in the area. What's going on? Thanks for checking in, fam. Nah, I can't say I'm going to no rally. Thanks for checking in, fam. Thanks for checking in. Like I say, fam, you know, I think we get to the point, fam, as men, as women, as people, as Black, Native Americans, African Americans, as people in general that just going through life, that you have to regroup, fam. You have to regroup, and you have to be honest with yourself when you regrouping, because if you don't, it ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? You can't be trying to regroup and be naive with your problems. You have to put everything on the thing that's you. Like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I need to work on that. Yeah, now this is my strong point. Like, you know, going to different interviews on teaching, I like how they ask you, what is your strong point? What is your weakness? What do you think that you need to work on? And give a person the room to be transparent. And I think that a lot of times, fam, that's what's missing in today's society when it comes to our youth coming up. You know, they listen to the music and not knowing that a lot of times this is just entertainment, but they don't understand it. Just like when I was growing up, you know, I thought certain lyricists, that's what they was living, and some of them was, but it was entertainment. And then you get to doing certain things, and then you realize later in life that that just sounded good together. You know what I mean? So we have to be realistic with the youth, fam, and just be real with them and let them see what's real. Like, don't sugarcoat anything. I appreciate it, fam. I read a lot of beads, fam. There's a lot of beads to get this beard this long. Salute, salute. Thanks for checking in this rising. Man, fam, I hate to hear that, fam. A lot of times, fam, you know, it be us having to look at the situation different too. You know, it's crazy that sometimes all you have to do is take the glasses off them. Wow, I can see things clearly. Like sometimes, fam, that's what we have to do, fam. Sometimes we really have to refocus like that. You know, you have the vision, but it's some things that's clouded, and once you be able to remove those things that's clouding your vision, that's why it's good to be alone, fam. You know, a lot of people run from being alone, run from holding them conversations or being around someone they can hold a conversation to with and be transparent with. Like, you got to be honest, fam, or it's not going to work. Change is not going to work if you don't be honest with it. You know, it's an old scripture that says, you know, pretty much, woe to the man that looks in the mirror and walk off and forget what he looks like. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, and that's including anyone. So you have to be real and know what your condition is, what's going on, what you need to change, and just be humble about it and just do what it is. You know what I mean? Like, I done had to face some stuff, fam. These last I can most definitely say my last 90 days has been challenging and regrouping, where I literally had to change plans, like change destinations, change locations, change everything. Like, dang, like, and you can't be you can't be the king that know it's time to switch up something and you stay there longer and your whole empire get destroyed. You got no arrows now. You can't be like that. You got to be the person, once you see it's time to switch something up, it's not working, it's evident, switch it up, fam. And like I say, regrouping isn't failure, because just because you got to face your issues or get along and come up with a new plan, like the old folks say, hey, go back to the drawing board, you know, write some more stuff out, make sure the problem adds up, make sure it makes sense, and go back at it again, fam. I appreciate everybody for checking in. There's a lot of money in welding, fam, a lot of money. And honestly, I'm 44 years old, and I've been welding over 20 years now, fam, and it hasn't affected me. You know, the normal, I got a little burn here, but it doesn't affect my eyes. I'm not all broke down. It's all about protecting yourself and wearing the proper PPE. Always wear your proper PPE, fam. Put your earplugs in, your eye protection. All of those things is going to help you last longer, endure longer, and do more. I've seen people that didn't do those things and they all broke down at young ages. You know what I mean? So if you take care of yourself, if you stick to the principles, you're going to be okay every time. No problem, fam. No problem. I appreciate you for checking in. Give me a second, fam. I want to make sure I lock this like all these messages in, and then you know, you always got one person in your life always on one, so you know you have to block somebody, you know, but it's all good. That's part of life, you know what I mean? But that's so cool because I was telling someone that's the so cool thing about if you scrolling and you don't like something. If I'm scrolling and I don't like something, I just keep scrolling. I don't agree. But for me to go out my way to say something negative to somebody that I don't know that's trying to do whatever they trying to do, it just shows I have a lot of problems in my personal life if I do something like that. So why would I, you know, I had a guy that says, if you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing. Ain't nothing wrong with not saying nothing. Keep moving. You know what I mean? Because I'm not going to waste my time. But the main thing is, fam, you know, going live, doing what you want to do, blogging, talking about issues, working on your problems, your visions. You just remember that it's yours, you know. And you shouldn't share it until you're able to deal with the pressures that come from someone else having a different opinion. You know what I mean? I always tell people when they're getting started, if your skin isn't tough, don't jump out here in these waters because it can be a little rough on this internet, fam. So you got to be realistic and you got to be real because a lot of people go through depression nowadays. I heard a radio commercial that talked about social media causing depression, and if you need some help, if this didn't bother you, it's people really have issues with getting feedback from people, even if the feedback is from somebody sitting in the basement somewhere playing with their stomachs or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't pay attention to these folks, fam. You just got to do you. Ooh, boy, you said that one. Hey, man, I got a saying that I like to say down here. I was talking to my partner. I said, man, boy, them Jehovah Christians, that's what I call them. When they, you know, a lot of people that preach a whole lot of righteousness but don't live it, you know, it's hard, you know, especially for someone like me. You know, I just look at a person's life. You know, I'm going to stand on what I stand on. I've been getting my HogOn fan for a while. I haven't changed up. I'm only getting better. Once I learn something don't work, I'm going to be real. But I haven't changed up my mission, fam. I'm only strengthening it. You know, you can, as long as you know what your goal is, you're going to have to change your direction on how you're going to get there sometime. It might be some bumpy, climby situations, but you just got to remember why you're doing it, fam. Yes, I still train people. Yes, yes, sir. But I don't have an official school. I teach privately. I teach privately right now. Skills pay the bills, fam, all the time. Salute, salute. Skills pay the bills, fam. Right now, like I say, I'm teaching private. I'm in my hometown. My goal is to develop a remote welding school where it's going to be a truck that's going to be at least 10 to more welding booths in it. And my goal is to come pull up in different areas that need it. But as of now, I'm trying to migrate into the area where my son is at. And I haven't been there, lived there, but I went through there and kind of scoped it out and trying to find my way. And that's in Fort Smith, Arkansas. So my son is in Fort Smith. He just turned 13 and he got something established up there as far as what he's doing in football, his support system. And I got the opportunity now to get in his life. So I don't want to remove him from that support system if he got it. Not if we don't have to, you know what I mean? So I'm trying to do what I got to do right now. And my regrouping stage getting me to Fort Smith. You know, like I say, right now I'm in McGee, Arkansas. I'm in my hometown regrouping. And my goal is to get me up there. And I have to change some things. I had to change some things from Georgia, some plans I had with opening the school there. And it was some humbling things that you have to do sometimes. But, you know, in order for you to break a curse, in order for you to want something different, you're gonna have to do something different. Just let me say that. If you expecting something new in your life, this new change, this new breakthrough, you're gonna have to do something. You're gonna have to experience something that you haven't experienced and that someone else probably wouldn't want to go through, wouldn't want to sacrifice. You know, it's almost like, you know, it's a parable when Christ told the rich man and he said, man, what can I do? I want to go with you. He said, well, give all this away, do this, do this. And he walked away with his head down. Sometimes you got to make sacrifices that some people ain't willing to make, not knowing that everything you lose, you're going to gain. That's one thing I've been learning, fam. Everything I have lost, fam, I gained it. And I was looking at the stuff that I had, just not even knowing the things I require that other people be like, man, I wish. And I'm like, man, I thought I was messed up. Not realizing what I got. Sometimes you can be in a situation, fam, and be blessed. And you think life is terrible. And you get to looking like, man, life is not terrible. You looking at it wrong. You got the wrong. Hey, man, put the right glasses on. See, my glasses, these right here is transitional. So when I step out in the sun, they turn to shades. You know, you got to have the right ones on. So you don't want to be in a dark area with some shades on. Salute, salute. Salute, salute. Thanks for checking in. Love the support, fam. Man, I appreciate the love and support. Thanks for checking in. Keep hitting that like button, that share button. I'm actually trying to get this channel back up. My views had went down. This channel right here, actually, family, is my original HogOn welding channel. And when you starting something, fam, that's why I left it up. I still got a lot of videos in my archives, probably over 5,000. And I left this channel up because it showed my journey. Fam, you can go back to videos and show you when I first started, still working for this person, trying to figure this out, traveling here, going there. Like, it shows you my journey, fam. And I think that a lot of people, once they get to a certain level, people wonder, like, man, how you get there? Man, this and this, he must. It's not no gimmick. It's all in the archives, fam. It's all in the archives. That's why I left this channel up, because in order for you to get your hog on, fam, in order for you to really help someone, they need to know what the struggle is. It ain't going to be nice all the time. You're going to have to drag up. You're going to be in some racial situations. You're going to get some blessings. You're going to realize that people ain't the same. Like, you're going to see all of that, but you got to travel, fam. And that's one thing, fam, I learned for traveling, fam, that each state is its individual country, like I say, and I come down to my hometown now, everything didn't change. You know, it's people there that's not from there, you know, moved in from different other cities. Some of the older people still there. Some people that moved on to different cities, different towns. And to just go back, fam, where all you got to do is take care of you. It's just humbling, fam. You know, right now in my life, fam, I'm just trying to get in a position where I can be around my son more, be around, experience my grandbabies, you know, help my kids, build an empire, fam. But I know that what I'm trying to do and what I'm trying to create, I have never seen it done in my family. So I know I got to be the first. I got to be the first to do it. So that way things can be better for them. So, you know, now me having to regroup and change things around, you know, that's why I like to say it isn't failure, because you know where you at. Some people don't realize how important of knowing a situation. Like, you know how they say, knowing is half the battle? Fam, that stuff is real. Like, you'll be surprised what you can do once you know. And that's why I say it's not what you got. It's information, fam. Information changes your situation. When you're welding, fabricating, living life, starting a business, raising a family, information, fam, you know, information can change things. And especially if you humble and you be willing to take heed to the information that you're getting. It can change the game, fam. Yeah, you know, that's what they want, fam. But you know, some situations that we go through have to be addressed. Like, you experience certain things, and ironically, when a person goes through certain things, a person would tell them, oh, don't talk about this. But certain situations need to be talked about because someone else is going through it, and someone else needs to know that, you know, that's not right, and someone got to make a stand. And it's almost like in America, they want us to remember 9/11, right? They want us to remember that, but when it comes to our history, they want you to forget. They literally taking it out of colleges. They literally keeping you from getting credits. In Arkansas, they remove you from getting credits now. You can't even get credits for black history, African American history studies. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you see, they doing things to hide what they're doing. So we have to be realistic and say, hey, this is what it is. Be truthful about the situation and grow from it. You know, that's why I like to say that, you know, once you know your history, once you know where you've been, you know where you're going. See, here in Arkansas, they had an act called Act 151. If you're not familiar with this act, you should check it out. Every state had one, had different type of acts during the Emancipation Proclamation period, 1865, 63, 64. They was coming out with these different acts to ban certain things or allow certain things. And you'll be surprised what certain states had put into law. And, you know, my state had put some things into law that literally blew my mind, but it made sense to me why I've always struggled being here, trying to just be free, trying to do my own thing. I get it now. I didn't understand it, but reading that act and understanding the politics and the ideology of the state, it made it make sense to me. So, you know, a lot of people can live good, but it depends on what you're doing and who you're connected with. Literally, some places can be all about who you know. You knowing the right person, you ain't even got to be that. You just got to know him or her, and you there, and they'll let you figure it out as you go, because it's who you know. Yeah, what you said, fam. It's so many lies, fam. You know, so we have to do our research, and we really have to be realistic and be humble when you get this information. I heard a guy say, "Don't be bitter, be better." But once you start doing research, it's going to make you angry, and you should be angry, just like you seen in the scripture when he got angry and threw over the tables inside the temple. It's going to be some things you're going to see, fam, that's going to bother you about history, about reality, about life. And you realize that when it's all said and done, it's not about color. What they put things in categories. It's not about, you know, the gender, but that's what they're gonna put it. If they're gonna make things like it's really just a selective few and all of us. I'm just gonna say it like that. A selective few and all of us is together. So if you are part of the system, working in the system, clocking it, like a lot of times we are not enemies, fam, but that's how the system is. And that's why another reason why I created this channel and I put the HogOn logo on there. Because I wanted it to be something that we all could embrace, because we all getting a hog on. We all going through something, hustling over grounded obstacles naturally. That's what it stands for, HogOn. Hustling over grounded obstacles naturally, honoring our generation, ornamental nature. We want to honor those who came before us, who did things with their hands, built things, paved the way for us, you know. And that's why I created it. But I didn't want my face to be on the channel, because getting started, I was insecure about people judging me for what I look like, and I'm always being judged, or someone saying this or someone saying that. I'm like, I'm just gonna put my logo on there and probably, you know, and just come random things, and just come to find out that it was good for my brand just to have my logo out. But once I created my new channel, Your Welding Coach, family, it ain't been up a third of the time that HogOn Welding been up, and I got over 55,000 subscribers. On this channel, I probably got under 8,000 subscribers. So you see how it's all working out. So all I'm saying is, fam, sometimes it's just ironic how things work, and you don't really realize it, but everything's working out to its good. Everything's working out in your favor. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to say, fam, salute everybody for checking in this rising. And just remember, fam, regrouping isn't failure. Like I say, I regroup, and I started a whole new channel from this channel. And if you go and look at Your Welding Coach channel, you'll see how good it's been. When I started it, 2002. This channel got started in 2016 when I first started my business, when I first started out. And I didn't get the LLC started to the next following year, 2017. And I got it established in Phoenix, Arizona. But now I'm back in my hometown. I'm back in Arkansas, and I'm regrouping, fam. And I'm doing this so I can be around my family, be around my son. I'm having to change some things up with work, with how I'm living. And sometimes all those things can be uncomfortable, but all those things are necessary. You know what I mean? So just want to say, if anyone is going through something, you feel like you got to start over, you feel like you failed, you ain't failed, fam. Just the fact that you feel like you failed, that's letting me know that you haven't. That's just letting me know that you going through some things and life is real, because life is real on everybody right now. But stay focused, fam. Keep knocking at them doors. Keep swinging, and I swear, fam, it's going to be okay. But realize, be realistic with yourself, and realize you got to face that closet. You're going to have to step in it. You're going to have to say, hey, that's what's going on. You're going to have to assess the situation, and you're going to have to be the bigger person. You can't expect someone else to be. At the end of the day, you know, someone going to have to be the one holding the two pillars together. You know, when Samson finally did his greatest victory, it was in his death. But he was able to come up with enough strength that he was able to do more hurt to the enemy in that state than he did when he was in another state. So sometimes you got to just count your blessings and stay focused, because anything can happen, fam. As long as you keep swinging, as long as you keep getting your hog on, fam, it's going to be all right. So that's what, like I say, that's one of the reasons why I left this channel up, because, you know, it's a blog. It's more than about welding, but welding is what got me into the position. Welding is what took me to different places. Welding is what allowed me to get the money to do things. Welding allowed me to do things that I would have never imagined. Allowed me to go to counseling, allowed me to travel, allowed me to buy things, own houses, own cars. Like, it has took me places, fam, that I wouldn't even imagine. All of what my mama introduced to me in prison. She introduced it to me, fam. My mama wasn't no welder. She just seen that they make a lot of money. They travel. It was something that she felt her son could get into, and she wanted to encourage me to do it. And look, over 20 years later, I'm getting my hog on, fam. So sometimes I don't have to be the person to physically teach a person. It can just be watching my videos. It could be following me. It could be getting consultations from me. It could be getting courses, whatever, listening to me, and you can be able to use the information to change your situation. Remember what I said, fam. Information, change your situation. Regrouping isn't failure. Y'all be blessed. Keep getting your hog on. I'm out.